everybody, it's Lori from Turtle Goes for a Run, and as promised I wanted to do a really quick Empties review from the products that were inside of my runner crate that I received in June, and I will be following up with one of these types of videos for each of the runner crates and runner boxes that I've received so far, but I wanted to go oldest to newest. So what I decided to do was go through all of the food items that I received in the box. There were only a couple of gear type items. There was a sunscreen, there was an anti-chafing cream, and then there were the runner crate slap bands, the light up slap bands, which I received later, not with my original packaging, and it hasn't been dark enough on my runs for me to try these out yet, but as you can see, they're pretty cool, and as soon as it gets dark enough, when we do our evening runs, I will be trying these out and seeing if I like them, if they're comfortable, that kind of thing. So we'll start first with a couple of little things that fell as I was talking. So the first thing were the PB Thins peanut butter crackers, and if you remember in the unboxing video, I said I was really particular with peanut butter flavored things, and I had high hopes for these since they were made with real peanut butter. But just like every other peanut butter flavored thing that I've had, I was not a huge fan of these. My husband, however, was. He thought they were great. They weren't overwhelmingly sweet. They were just a very small, simple peanut butter cracker, and it would be a good treat for someone who enjoys peanut butter things, peanut butter cookies, you know, those types of things. So while I didn't like them, I can tell that most people would. So the next kind of thing that was in the box was the pumpkin and spice flax plus granola bar, and this was actually surprisingly good. A lot of things that are pumpkin and spice tend to be really overwhelmingly pumpkin-y. It seems to have been the trend in the last couple of years to make pumpkin flavored everything. So I was wary. I'm kind of burned out on the whole pumpkin flavored everything trend of the last couple of years, but this was surprisingly good. It was, you know, not overly crunchy. It was really good. I think it was put together with honey, had almonds, cinnamon, pumpkin seeds, and flax seeds in it. Just really tasty, good little snack for after school, before a run. I really enjoyed it. So next up were the coffee blocks, and this buttered coffee and me, we didn't so much like each other. It was a very interesting consistency coming out of the package. It was almost like a fudgy, like chocolate syrup, chocolate fudge consistency. So it wasn't very appealing upon first glance. And then you add the hot water, and buttered coffee is just not for me. I often have my husband do a backup taste test for things that I don't immediately like. I use him as my guinea pig to make sure that it's just me, or if it's something that most people would like but I didn't like, and he concurred with me. This was not the best thing I've ever tried. I would not buy it again. I don't know that I would recommend buying it either. But for a sample size, it was worth trying it out. Just not my, it was really fatty, which is kind of the whole point of the buttered coffee. Just not for me. So next up were the chia seeds that we got, and for these I actually followed the recipe that was on the back for how to make chia pudding, and it was a huge fail. I don't know if I did it wrong. I haven't tried to make a second batch yet. It didn't taste bad, it just was not the right consistency. It didn't get thick enough. So we actually ended up adding in more chia seeds to the mix, and then it was too thick. So there's some sort of perfect science in there that we just haven't figured out yet. But that being said, chia seeds are a great addition to almost anything. You can add them to your oatmeal, you can add them to anything that you're baking, if you're baking a bread or muffins or anything like that. These are just a really good source of vitamins and protein and good for you nutrition. So while the pudding on my first attempt was not a success, that does not mean that I wouldn't recommend this. I would, for all other purposes. And I'm going to try to make that pudding again because it sounded really good. It was just vanilla chia seed pudding. So I will keep you posted once that happens. So by far my favorite food item that I received in the box were the C2O toasted coconut chips, baked coconut chips. These were amazing. These were exactly what they sound like, toasted coconut slivers, and it tasted like a coconut macaroon without the sugar. They were not overly salty, not overly sweet. These would have been a really good topping on like pudding or on top of, I said banana pudding or chocolate pudding, or anything really. They were just really, really tasty, and I definitely plan to get these again. I actually got another set, different brand of coconut chips in another bag or box, and I was super excited because I liked these so much. So definitely something I would recommend, definitely something I plan to get again. And the last food item that was in our box was actually a drink, and it was the Bai Sparkling Antioxidant Infusion Sparkling Juice. And this was really good as well. I got the Peru pineapple flavor, and it is exactly what it is. It's the Bai Bubbles. It's sparkling water flavored like pineapple. This is stevia sweetened, and I typically don't like things that are stevia sweetened. I don't like the aftertaste that they leave, and I know the more that you drink any kind of artificial or alternative sweetener, the more used to it you get. But I just never have grown accustomed to stevia. But I'll tell you, the Peru pineapple flavor, the stevia was not overwhelming. I've tried a couple of the other flavors since having this one. I tried the black cherry, and I tried the pomegranate. And the Peru pineapple was the one that had the least amount of aftertaste from the stevia. And I went out and bought more of them, so I obviously enjoyed them, so I do plan to get some more of these pineapple goodnesses. Those were all of the food products that came in my first June Runner Crate box. I hope you enjoyed hearing how I liked some of the products that I received in the box. And if you'd like me to make more of these, just let me know down below in the comments. I always love to hear from you guys. So if you like this video, be sure to subscribe to me here at turtlegoesforarun. You can find me on Twitter at turtlegoesfar, Instagram at turtlegoesforarun, or on Facebook at turtlegoesforarun. Thanks, and I'll see you next time. Happy running. Dixie's helping. Bye. You're a jerk.